This is a video called Best 70s Horror Movie Taglines, and I've got 12 picks here, and these are the taglines from those 12 picks. First up is Bob Clark's 1974 slasher film Black Christmas, and the tagline, "If this picture doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight." And I think it just goes perfectly with the movie poster art. Phantasm, and the tagline, "If this motion picture doesn't scare you, you're already dead." And I think it goes perfectly with the movie, and I just love the poster art for the movie with the collage of scenes from the movie. The Amityville Horror, and the tagline in big white letters, "For God's sake, get out." Even though that phrase is not featured in the movie, I mean, it just goes perfectly with the poster. "I spit on your grave," and the tagline, "This woman just cut, chopped, burned, and broken 5 men beyond recognition. Even in America, no jury would ever convict her." And I think it just goes perfectly with the theme of the movie, and I just love the poster art with the woman in the whose backside is shown, and she's holding a knife. Last House on the Left. There's 3 taglines with the poster, but the one that's one of my favorites is, "To avoid fainting, keep repeating, it's only a movie, only a movie," and that's repeated like 7 or 8 times. Alien, and love the tagline, "In space, no one can hear you scream," and it's featured in the trailer for the movie also. Jaws 2, and this was the first of the sequels from the Jaws franchise, and love the tagline, "Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water." And the movie poster art for it is good also, with the shark rising up and the girl water skiing. The early 70s AIP movie Frogs, and love the tagline, "Today the pond, tomorrow the world," and that goes perfectly with the poster of the frog and the hand coming out of its mouth. Dawn of the Dead, and this was the first sequel to George Romero's Dead movies, and the tagline is classic, "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth," which was used by Ken Foree in the movie. Tobe Hooper's classic debut, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the one of 3 taglines that's on the poster, which is one of my favorites, "Who will survive and what will be left of them," and it's just classic, and it's just the classic horror movie entertainment from the early 70s. Another one that's a pretty good tagline, "America's Most Bizarre and Brutal Crimes." Brian De Palma's Carrie, based on Stephen King's novel, and the tagline, "If you've got a taste for terror, take Carrie to the prom," and it goes perfectly with the movie poster art, which has a picture of her in the prom dress, and then her covered in blood. And last one, and number 1 pick, is John Carpenter's Halloween, and the tagline, "The night he came home," and it's just a great tagline for a classic movie. In my opinion, the 70s had the horror movies had the best taglines, and so did some of the 80s horror movies, which I will do one on the 80s in the future. Until then, this is Ron here saying take care and see ya.